welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing this lovely smoky red eye look. And yeah, it goes with my nice new bright red nails. And it's just sort of a fun thing to do, fun color scheme to play with. So I thought I'd show you guys how I do it. All right, let's jump into it. Okay, so as you can see, I've already got my base done. So now I'm gonna move into doing my eyes. I've got my James Charles palette, which I bought just before all of the drama hit, so I'm still gonna use it. I paid 50 bucks for it. I'm not gonna throw it in the garbage. I'm gonna start with my e.l.f. eyeshadow primer. I'm just gonna put that on my eyes and blend that in with my Real Techniques beauty sponge. And then I'm gonna take my James Charles palette and I'm gonna take my Sephora Featherweight crease brush and just dip into this red brown color right here and just sort of blend that into my crease. I'm really not a fan of this eyeshadow primer. I find it doesn't set very well and it makes blending really difficult. I'm just blending that into my crease and into my outer corner just to provide that smokier tone before we go in with the bright red. Put that into my crease and just a little bit above to create that shading. That looks so nice. Okay. Same thing on the other eye. Okay, next I'm going to take one of my Urban Decay brushes that came in my Naked Heat palette, and I'm gonna dip into the bright red color there in the center with the fluffiest end. I'm gonna just lightly start putting that on my lid, more towards the outer corner to cover up that darker shade, and then slowly bringing it in towards my inner corner. These shadows are really pigmented, however they don't go on the first coat very pigmented. So if you're using this palette or if you've had similar experiences, you probably need to use multiple layers. It does build up really nicely, but it does take multiple layers to reach full pigmentation in my experience, especially with the yellows. And just slowly bringing that in all the way to the inner corner and buffing into the crease. I'm not bringing it too high up on the inner corner just because I really want to keep the color focused towards the outer corner. I'm going to take that same Featherweight crease brush and just buff that out so that the edges aren't so harsh. Another really great thing about this palette is that it doesn't have a lot of fallout. The pigment stays on very well once you put it on, which is why I'm comfortable doing my base before I do my eyes, which normally I would do my eyes first, just to prevent fallout, to make sure that you can get rid of that. But I find that this palette doesn't have a lot of fallout, which is nice because these are some bright colors and fallout, bright red fallout would be kind of a pain in the butt. When I'm trying to shape, I use the side of my finger to create the angle that I want. All right, now that we have that red blended in, I'm just gonna take my Sephora number 27 blending brush and take the tiniest tiniest amount of the black pigment, like really none, and just create the wing shape in the outer corner to add some smoke to the red. Just really carefully blending that in to create some shape and some pigmentation. It looks crazy, but it will look normal shortly. Just adding some depth and some dimension in that outer corner. The thing about the black and the whites and the pigments in the middle of this palette is that they're not eyeshadows. They're pressed pigments, which are intensely pigmented pressed powders, basically, that are extremely difficult to work with. They can be really intense and really dark, so you have to be very careful when using these pigments, just because you don't want to go overboard and have like way too much black when you could have gone a little more subtle. So just use a really like the lightest hand when applying these pigments. And if you fuck it up, that's okay, because you can always go back and build your shadow. So I'm just building that smoke out a little bit, and then I'm gonna go back with my red and just top up that pigment. Okay, we're looking a little more normal. I'm gonna go back in with that red shadow and just brighten that up a little bit. You can go over and see where you've placed the black and just sort of intensify that red color and that red pigment there. Oh, there, see a nice beautifully intense red. A little too much on this inner corner, more than I would like. And then I'm just gonna take the red and just dot it on my inner corner to drag that pigment all the way down. Now I'm just gonna take my e.l.f. eye crease brush and dabble a little bit back and forth between this red and this brown shade that I was using initially, and just smoke out under my eye, just to tie the whole thing together. I'm using a little bit of that dark red, but mostly the bright red to tie it all together. I'm gonna take my e.l.f. blending eye brush and just really blend that under eye out so it's not such a stark line. Okay. Next, I'm going to take my Natasha Denona Gold palette, and I'm going to take a flat brush and use this white pigment, this white gold, Sparks it's called, and just dab that over top for a little shimmer on a matte look. The funny thing about this shadow is in the pan it looks very white, it goes on, it looks very white, but it's actually a gold, and it transitions into a gold once it's on the eye. I'm just gonna blend that crease so it's not such a stark glitter line. And then I'm gonna finish off with what I always do. I always take the peach and the tan here, mix them together on a really fluffy brush, and just go over the tops of the blending. I don't like it to look too much like a line where I've stopped my blending. So I find that blending out with a neutral beige will just make it all look a little bit more put together. And will make that transition look a little less scary. All right, time for some winged eyeliner. Wish me luck. I'm gonna curl my eyelashes now, and then I'm going to go in with my Lancome Monsieur Big mascara. This is the only mascara that I've tried personally that won't flake or fall down on my lower lids. It also gives my pin straight eyelashes a lot of volume and length. And last but not least for the eyes, I'm just going to take this beautiful champagne color and this lovely gold from the James Charles palette and just dab that right on the inner corner there. Just above that red to bring some brightness, and also a little bit up under the brow. For the lips, because we do have such a bright eye going on, I'm going to go more with a sort of neutral pink lip. I've got my MAC Whirl lip pencil and my MAC satin lipstick in the shade Honey Love. So I'm just going to go over and apply that. Alright guys, so that is my finished smoky eye red look. Goes with my nails quite well. So I just want to say thank you for watching, and if you like what you saw, please give me a big old thumbs up and a subscribe. And yeah, let me know in the comments what else you'd like to see. Thanks!